Shalom, Ashar Shabbath, giving all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Kodash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and live in the word and doctrine. Shalom and peace. May that be into the elect. Now, Psalm 91, we've done a camp pretty recently, but I want to go into this scripture here, Psalm 91 and 8. Only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Now, let's go into this word for a reward, because we tend to think. First, we'll go into the English word, because we tend to think the word reward, you did well, you get a reward. Well, a reward. You can get a reward on the right-hand side, a reward on the left-hand side. Reward, mid-14th century, a regarding, heeding, observation. And let's just see, now does it go back to, like a prison warden? One who guards, and to perceive, watch out for. Cool. This is but formation of reward there, just as regarding heeding, observation. Meaning repayment for some service. So you can do some wicked service. You can serve Satan. Service goes back to what serving. So you can serve the devil and get repaid and recompensed for that. And you can get recompensed in a good way. You can get recompensed for some good work you did. But we tend to say reward as, it's a good thing. Recompense is a bad thing. So a sense of sum of money in exchange for capture is from 1590s, and that's the noun. The verb reward, the C1300, to grant, bestow, to give as to give as compensation. It's lucky. From Old North French, rewarder, to regard, reward. To take notice of, regard. And regard means what? To guard, no? There it is. That guard there, sea guard. So it says, God, perceive, watch out for, a doublet of regard. Alright, so to be rewarded. Let's read that again. So Psalm 91 and 8. Only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Now we'll go into the Hebrew word there. Psalm 91, verse 8. Reward is shalom. Shalom. Reward, requital, retribution. Let's see if there's any. Okay, so we've got this shalom, which is what? Solomon, peace. So essentially the same word as that. Shalom, garment. Cool. We're going to the root word now. Reward, the root here is shalom. Shalom. And why do you brothers that say shalom, why do you say shalom? Really that's what you should say according to this, allegedly. This is requital, reward, retribution, reward, bride. Right, recompense twice, we talked about that word. If you get recompensed, reward wants to see the squee. Isaiah 34 and 8, for it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. And Isaiah 34 is heavy, goes into Edom, Babylon, that judgment there. Well, there's a lot. There it says Idumea. What does Idumea mean? The land of Idumea. It would be Adam, but really when you look at it, so this word Edom, it says red. Now let's pick the first verse, for example. We call his name Edom. Now you saw there was only 3 figures there, 3 characters. When you look at it, it's A, Da, and in the middle is a Wa, right? Adawam. So that goes into Edom. Alright, that's not Adam, they have the same name. It seemeth to be so hitherto. That seemeth to be the case when you click upon it. But as you see here, the differences between Adawam there and Adam. So that, and there he is, Edom. That's the reward for Edom. Right, Revelation 22. And 12, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. Go to the Greek word for reward.
Strong's G 3408. Misthos.
Misthos. Jews paid for work. Jews, and not Israelites from the southern kingdom paid for work. Jews paid for work, wages higher, reward, use of the fruit naturally resulting from toils and endeavours, in both senses rewards and punishments. And that's what we're saying. One tends to have that connotation, whereas the denotation is contrary. Where in both senses rewards and punishments, of the rewards which Yahawah bestows or will bestow upon good deeds and endeavours, of punishments. So you see, it goes both ways. Right, so we'll get a couple of scriptures, a few. So Matthew 5 and 12, well, it's when start at 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Right, Luke 6:22 as well. Which readeth, Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from the company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven, for in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. Right, when every man speaks well of you, them fathers there did that to the false prophets. I didn't mean to click on prophets, it's just because I was saying it. Let's click back on this word reward. So let's see if we can find a reward on the left hand side if you like. Well, we won't read the context, but you should know Acts 1 and 18. Now this man purchased a field with the reward of iniquity, and falling headlong, he burst asunder in the midst, and all his bowels gushed out. Alright, what is that field? What is that field called? And that's a good one. And that's the scripture after double honour. We'll read it all. So 1 Timothy 5:17-18, let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honour, especially they who labour in the word and doctrine. For the scripture saith, thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn, and the labourer is worthy of his reward. That's fire. 2 John 1 and 8. Look to yourselves, that we lose not those things which you have wrought, but that we receive a full reward. And that is that coercion, that rulership, of being able to see with thine eyes the reward of the wicked. Right, so we'll finish how we started, should I rather say, a sandwich thing. Psalm 91 and 8, only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Giving all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Shalom.